Okay, it's been a few months since Google announced that Gemini was coming out in three sizes: Nano, Pro, and Ultra. Gemini Pro and Gemini Ultra are available through Google's AI Studio. However, Gemini Nano is still a little bit of a mystery. Rumors have it they're not going to support Pixel 8 with Gemini Nano, only 8 Pro, whereas in the past they said both Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro were going to support a Nano, and apparently not anymore. However, while we wait for Gemini Nano, Google released the Gemma models. So Gemma are two models, 2 and 7 billion parameters. Google released Gemma as open weights, meaning that you can download the model to your local computer and run inference. So it's a chat kind of experience, similar to the Llama models from Meta, but these are from Google and called Gemma. Google also released the Gemma CPP project application, which is what you can use for running inference against the Gemma models. And ever since, other open source projects have added support for Gemma, namely Llama CPP, probably LM Studio, and also MLC. They all support Gemma these days. So Llama CPP and LM Studio, those are desktop applications for running LLMs. However, I'm more interested in running LLMs on mobile devices, iOS and Android, which is why I'm making this video today, because just yesterday, Google released their implementation that allows developers to run large language models on iOS and Android devices. So both sides are now available, the LLM as weights, as well as the API for inference. So I want to show you how it performs on the Pixel 8 Pro and compare it to an older device, the Pixel 6 Pro. And I also have an iOS device, an iPad Air 4th generation, to compare against. So let's take a look. Okay, so Google's implementation for running Gemma locally is called Mediapipe. Mediapipe is a machine learning framework for running AI on device. So this means running machine learning workflows in mobile devices such as phones, tablets, and maybe even devices are not connected to the internet. Mediapipes be used for things such as hand gesture recognition, object detection in images, image segmentation, audio segmentation, sentiment analysis, and similar use cases that were common before the LLM revolution. So recently, Google published an example of LLM inference using Mediapipe and Gemma. For using Gemma with Mediapipe, all you have to do is clone the Mediapipe repository that's available in GitHub. The repository contains an examples folder, and in there you'll find the LLM inference examples folder with the examples for iOS. So there is an Xcode project, an example for Androids, and an Android Studio project. And honestly, trying them out couldn't be easier. For the most part, it's just a matter of downloading source code, opening the project in your IDE, compiling the project, and you're ready to go. So without further ado, let's see how it compares running Gemma locally on Pixel 8 Pro, Pixel 6 Pro, and iPad Air 4th generation. Okay, so in this test, I had on the left the Pixel 8 Pro and the right the Pixel 6 Pro. Both phones are running the same in Gemma model, which is this one right here. And after that, I'll go ahead and close any running applications. Both phones are running the same version of Mediapipe, so it should be an almost identical result. In terms of quality, let's see about the speed. So first I'm going to ask the LLM to tell me a story about a kid that lived in space. And you'll notice how one of the phones is generating the story faster than the other. It looks to me like tokens are coming out faster on the Pixel 6 which is something I didn't expect. Even though both phones have 12 gigs of memory, the memory of Pixel 8 Pro, which is LPDDR5X, should significantly outperform the one on Pixel 6 Pro. Also, there is the fact that Pixel 8 Pro is using the third generation of the Google Tensor processor, whereas the Pixel 6 Pro is using the first generation, which according to Google, the Tensor G3 should be around 30% faster. So I was expecting to see Pixel 8 Pro to generate tokens at least slightly faster. Also bear in mind that there might be a performance penalty on both phones resulting from the fact that I'm screen capturing. I'm using SCRCPY. Okay, so that did it for a first test. Now I want to use Gemma for text summarization. So I took this article from the Google Research blog and I copied a portion of it. This is also a little bit of a test on both phones, given that at this point they have quite a bit of information in context. So adding more text for summarization will just increase the pressure on the context window. So at this point, I don't need to make you wait. I can tell you neither of the phones returned a summary. So I ended up killing both applications and trying again to get rid of the context window created in the first test. But even trying to summarize this amount of text proved to be too much of a challenge at this point. So what I did was I just copied a smaller portion of the blog post in the Google Research blog, and that way the LLM was able to generate summary, which is a clip that you're seeing on the screen right now. This is at normal speed. And once more, the 6 Pro seems to be outputting tokens quicker than the 8 Pro. And on top of that, the 8 Pro generated a shorter summary. This is nothing to do with the hardware, but rather something that the LLM just wanted to do it that way. And then just for the sake of neutrality, I found another article and repeated the summary exercise for one last time. This time around, the application crashed once in the Pixel 6 Pro. This behavior appears to be random based on the current state of the application. That has happened to me a couple of times on the Pro, on the 8 Pro as well. So after retrying, this summary ended up looking very similar across both devices. However, the same behavior is still there. Pixel 6 Pro seems to be having a higher performance as it's outputting more tokens per second. Okay, and finally, just for fun, because I can, not trying to make any point here, I want to compare performance versus a 3-year-old iPad Air 4th generation. This device, I think it has 4 gigs of RAM. Testing with the same version of Mediapipe and the same model. First thing you'll notice is that the Mediapipe implementation currently does not stream outputs of the LLM directly. So even though it's looking like nothing's happening, the LLM is actually generating an output that you'll see in a second. And based on the amount of text that was generated, I would say performance is also pretty good. In my experience, the iPad hangs more often than the previous Pixels, probably because of 4 gigs of RAM. So that's what I had for you guys today. I personally don't have my hopes up for seeing Google or Apple support 2 or 3-year-old devices with their upcoming large language models, but seeing how good the open source development tools are looking, it very much seems like there is going to be plenty of applications that allow you to generate text or chat with LLMs locally and offline. So definitely let me know if you're interested in this type of content. Also let me know if you're looking to implement large language models in your application development projects. Check out the other readers I have in the channel. Stay safe, take care, bye-bye.